Okay, well, I guess you can expect the stream to be laggy. So, that's fun. The recording shouldn't be affected, though. I'm throwing. Not that I don't need to eat the fruit immediately. Actually, I think the music might be a bit quiet now. May have overcorrected. So I've noticed I've kind of been attempting to practice the game a bit more off screen, but it is difficult for me to focus. I don't know, I struggle to finish a full run in practice without getting distracted by like 10 things. So I think I might want to do some more streams. Kind of like when I was running Artificer. Let me know if the splits are correct, by the way. I'm not looking at them now. But, you know, I might do some more streams in the near future, just to focus a bit more on the speedruns that I want to get done faster. Oh gosh, why can I never do that instead of slide? I mean, I'm not expecting this run to be too good, so... I guess some mistakes are fine. This is the kind of practice run, but there's creatures too. Splits are not running. That's great news. Whatever. Do I need to have the splits open for them to track my inputs? I guess I could have them. Well, actually, I can't, because the splits always just take priority at the top of the screen. You can't really cover them with another tab, another window. Sometimes I kind of feel like I don't really want to have the splits anyway. Oh, close. They just kind of are more distracting, really. If you're ahead of your time by a lot, then you feel stressed out because you need to like not mess up. You know, there's more pressure. But if you're behind by a lot, then you feel like you're wasting your time on a bad run. Oh, it's lagging again. That's fun. This is going great. Everything's going perfectly. Not knowing what splits are. They're the... Whoa. I almost totally missed that grapple, but it still worked somehow. Oh my gosh. Can you work? You should see the splits on the bottom right of the screen. They basically just keep track of the times of when you get to places. Yeah, pretty much that. So you can see like how much you're improving or comparing to like old runs. Like that strategy is not really working that well. Some people take splits very seriously, where they have like a bunch of like things that they keep track of, comparing against multiple runs at the same time. Like a bunch of data about their runs, and it's like, I don't know, is that necessary? Does it actually help your run? I don't think so. I mean, the only case I can see splits actually being practical is if you see that you're behind in a run, and you decide to go for riskier strats to make up for it. Like, oh, I'm behind by 10 seconds, I might as well go for this risky strat. That could save these 10 seconds, but it's also likely to end the run. The kind of strat that you would only go for if you're behind. So it might be nice to, like, know. Oh, I pressed up too early, so it canceled the gate. Oh, it's lagging again. I guess it's just doing that now. Yeah, I've actually lowered the bitrate since like I've lowered the bitrate recently. So it should be lagging less, honestly. But I think I have no idea how OBS actually works, so there's no way for me to actually fix it. It could also be my internet being awful again, which it tends to be. I have no idea how to tell if it's an OBS problem or an internet problem. Hello. Oh, where'd he go? Are you in the wall? The vulture is still here. I always go into that tunnel backwards. Oh, thank you, Centipede. Somehow they got in first. I've set it to 10 FPS. It shouldn't look like that. Yeah. It should be at 24 FPS. I guess, okay, if anyone wants to know, the FPS is 24. And the bitrate is 2,800. Which I think is actually pretty low. Yeah, I mean, it's telling me the frame rate is awful too. That I've dropped about 4,000 frames at this point. But it hasn't said that the bitrate is 0. Usually when the bitrate is 0, that means that it's buffering, it's not working at all. You're gonna snipe me. Well, he doesn't need to snipe me if I just stand right in front of his face for a solid second. Like the music might be quiet now. Okay, that was decent, maybe. I don't know. Kind of a nice thing about Sync is that you're usually going to make progress. Like here we are, at the end of Farm Raise. It's not too hard to get here. The only things that can really kill you are falling off in Sky Islands and like a White Lizard or Karma Lizard. We're trying to get the Yeek. And there's also a chance of dying to the Wormgrass, but I feel like I've gotten consistent at that, so that doesn't really happen anymore. Hello, Echo. And then what can happen? Okay, I guess the most dangerous part now is the spiders, right? Those have been a problem. Hello, both of you who joined at the same time. Welcome to the stream. Apologies in advance for any excessive amounts of lag this stream. Okay, non-functional Yeek. It was lagging a lot at the start of the stream, and it will probably do it more. And I wonder if you could ever do that consistently, where you grapple onto the floor and then kind of like swing around it in reverse, like an upside down swing. But like grappling onto the ground is really difficult. It just kind of happens randomly sometimes. That was a long tunnel boost for some reason. Okay. Okay, there's a spitter spider down there. Started Celeste again. That spitter spider's down there, but I can actually sneak past it and then wait for these spiders to move. That one already did. Alright, dude. Waiting on you. Nice. That was actually pretty good. $9 and $8 in 2 days. Is that Farewell and Core T-side? Missions were correct. That's kind of ominous. Whoa. Okay, I think the centipede might be close. Oh my gosh. It almost moved forward just enough to be able to grab me. Yeah, the Yeeks are different in Saints campaign. Because they've moved into this... Oh, that's cool. If I go to the next room, they'll become pacified. I mean, I don't know how being blue helped them at all to adapt to the cold. Or maybe like the blue ones, there was already a population of blue Yeeks that were more like cold resistant, and they were the ones that spread into this area, or the ones that survived into this time. So that's just pretty cool. Camouflage maybe? With what? You'd expect them to just be like completely whites then? Yeah, Celeste is cool. But I don't think I have a reason to stream it. Other than just like playing through the campaign, which would be kind of boring because it's too easy at this point. I could try to like speedrun it, but I'm also not very good at speedrunning. Like, I'm kind of in a weird in between. I'm not good enough to do a speedrun and not bad enough to just have a normal playthrough. Although I guess, you know, maybe that's not a big problem. Like part of the game, like a really important part about Celeste is being bad at it and struggling. That kind of like is the whole point of the game, is that it is difficult. But I guess, you know, do you actually enjoy watching someone fail to beat a game? Does that make it better? Maybe it makes the experience better of like, oh, I have overcome a difficult challenge and I finally beat this difficult game. But if you're watching someone play it, you'd rather them just like get through it already. Why are you dying so many times on the screen? It's so easy. Because everything always looks easier when you're watching someone else do it. Speedrunner golden strawberries. Oh yeah, let's go for the golden strawberries. That sounds fun. Maybe it would be kind of interesting to try to learn how to speedrun it. Because I've done a speedrun before. But it was very unoptimized. I basically learned like a beginner's route and I did it like a few times and that was pretty much it. It means there's room to grow. You know, I played a single Celeste mod and I didn't really enjoy it. Specifically Strawberry Jam. Is that a hot take? Some levels, I guess you'd call them levels. Some were pretty good, and some of them were really annoying. So annoying that they kind of demotivated me. Is that even the right word to use? I lost interest after playing like a handful of really bad levels. Oh, okay. Well, thank you for that. Is that a big enough time loss? That's really annoying, but like, it's only like 5 seconds, 10 seconds maybe. I have died here before. See, now the Mola Lizard is only now just coming out. I guess it's because of the filter opening. Well, it should have been shorts from the beginning, right? I don't know. Yeah, maybe it'd be kind of interesting to try to like speedrun a game that isn't Rain World, especially since I'm like not good at it already. I mean, I was never already good at Rain World speedruns. I had to always practice them. Okay. Oh, they're not even in the way. I should really learn the layout of these rooms or just get a lantern. That's so slow. I always like to bring up Celeste as an example of just a really good game in general. Oh yeah, I don't have wall passes in there. Then you can watch the stream. That's totally fair. But hopefully, just because I'm playing a game that you may not be interested, and this applies to everyone. Hopefully, you guys at least like check out the stream, maybe at least once. I mean, I can't force you to do anything. If you don't want to watch a stream, like you don't have to watch it. I think that's obvious. But like, at least give it a try. Even if the game doesn't seem interesting, hopefully I can try to make it interesting. I think that's kind of my goal with streaming any game that isn't Rain World. Because if you, thank you, Spider. Now I have to go backwards. No, I don't. If I'm streaming a game that isn't Rain World, there's probably a reason for it. In some way that I'm going to try to make the stream interesting, other than just the fact that I'm playing a different game, you know? So I haven't really been doing that. I think actually what I might want to do is, like, if I decide to try to stream a lot of different games, then I'd also want to create the Discord server at the same time. because then I could ask you all directly about like which games you think would be interesting. Somebody doesn't like speedrunning, so less is limited content. Yeah. Like it's a great game for speedrunning, I think. Personally, the speedruns were a little bit annoying because it's a super long run, but obviously there's like other categories that are probably shorter. And the better you get, the shorter the run gets. Because movement makes a big difference. Was that a centipede that I just saw? Oh my gosh. we're taking the risks. Well, this run is over. I know that if I really wanted to focus on like variety content, if that's what I wanted to do, then there's probably something else that I have to add on top of that, other than doing the same thing that I'm doing, but playing more games, you know? A lot of streamers make like YouTube videos alongside the streams, which I think works pretty well, depending on what the videos are like, but they can be like, oh, that actually works. I did not know that. I thought it was dead, or we were gonna be stuck there forever. Oh boy. But like, you know, even if you could stream a game that that you never played before, and maybe the stream isn't so good, but you can make a video out of it and edit the video to make it good. You know, if it's like really boring, you can just cut out a lot of the uninteresting parts, or you could just be funny, and it doesn't matter what you're doing, it's gonna be entertaining anyway. Oh, you were trying to get the chieftain mask. Whoa. That's not rain roll. Snail's house jump scare. No jetfish, partly because I wasn't paying attention. But they're annoying anyway. So you put all that effort into getting into Metropolis only for it to not even work out? You did that all to get the chieftain mask? I think I knew that. The chieftain is like only an artificer thing, not just like a part of Metropolis. Because you still are able to access it in like... Or, does it work differently? I'm also throwing at the same time. I don't think this is going to be a very good run, even if I finish it. We'll see. No, that wasn't even the problem. The problem is that I just accidentally added a different song to the playlist. And it also randomly decided to pick that one in particular, out of like over 100 songs. Oh, I hope they don't get me here. Please? Did you forget how to swim? Also, welcome to the stream. You thought that the chieftain might still spawn because it was an actual campaign instead of an expedition. I always thought of the jellyfish being like a big bell. And that's kind of like the shape of them. Like they ring the bell when you get near. The mask would spawn. So you can get the mask, but there would just be no chieftain. Oops. Huh. That was a really bad jump. Great movement here. Just like the rest of the run. You actually really want to get a spear here. Because you don't throw spears very far, but they also give you the same throw boost that's throwing rocks does. So you can throw it and then pick it up because it doesn't land very far away from you. Like repeatedly throughout this whole room. I mean, I kind of got lucky with getting several rocks there, but you know, just getting one spear can kind of do the same thing. Moon wants to interact with another life form. Nope, I have a speedrun to do. We'll get to interact later. Did I complete an expedition? Not recently. Never gets old. I think it's actually very old. But it doesn't play too often, so I guess I don't care that much. It's very interesting in these runs, the way that there's so much overlap between different campaigns. Thank you for making me lose time there. Nice reminds. Like this room, you go through this room as rivulets, but you know, before Pebbles has fallen. Actually, you also go through here as Sphere Master, but in the other direction. I guess that's actually the same. No. Rivulet comes in from the left side and then comes back out to go to the right. Sphere Master comes in from Pebbles and then goes straight to the right. Feint comes in from the left and leads to the left. So they're all slightly different routes, plus they all look slightly different because of the different timelines. There's no problems in Sphere Masters, there's Rot as Rivulets, and then the whole thing is Collapse, and there's Lantern Mice as Saint. Okay, I can never enter this tunnel in the right direction. Oh yeah, I think that room has the shelter that looks really weird, right? That's like partially flooded. There's like a bunch of tunnels they have to go through to get to the shelter. That's like the most complex shelter. I guess next to like the train shelters in Outer Expanse and Metropolis. Or I guess there's one like right outside of Outer Expanse. I'm being trolled. Please, do you want to move ever? See, this is what he does. That was kind of smooth though. Somehow the shelter is at the bottom of the room instead of on the right side where it normally is. I don't know how it got there. Maybe Monk would drown if they tried to do that. I really want to like hold up there so I can grab onto the ceiling and keep going. But if I did, I would grab onto a pole and immediately slow down, so you can't really do that. I'm not even looking at the screen. Is there a way to check the full length of a playlist without just adding up all the video times? Also, I think I've left out a lot more songs than that. Oops, that was kind of a mistake. Just like the rest of this run. Saint can finally see. Skipping that one song. You know, there's one song in this playlist that I always want to skip. Oh dear. No, that's just a, yeah, that's a mouse. Alright, will you be my shield? Sort of. Just kidding. Why are you like this? I could have dealt with them, by the way. You can activate Ascension in these tunnels, but I didn't think it'd be fast enough. Maybe if I reacted sooner. I kind of was assuming that they would go after the Lantern Mouse. Second lizard coming up. Just kidding, it's Rare Spurs. Look, they're all leaving. Oops. Okay, Spitter Spider is gone. There they are, right on cue. Well, a little bit early, or late. Lizard here? No, they almost got me here last time. I almost totally threw that away. If they weren't incompetent too, I'd be dead there. The problem with Sliver of the Straw, I think, is that it may be completely deconfirmed by developers, but also it was just too early. Because the whole like 7 or Sliver of Straw situation happened way before even Spearmaster's story. Because the timeline is kind of like, you know, Sliver of the Straw had the triple affirmative and then they died. And then everyone, all the other iterators were trying to figure out what happened. And then they split into groups based on what they believe happened with Sliver of Straw, or like how they should go about figuring out what happens, you know? Yeah, they split up into a bunch of different groups. And then Pebbles, being in like some like kind of extremist group, decided to try to figure out a way to die. And maybe who is it? 7 Red Suns? I think it's 7 Red Suns who helped them out with that by giving them the pearl with that like illegal method, illegal whatever. That all that stuff with Pebbles and Moon happened, and the Rot was created, and then Spearmaster shows up, you know, sometime after the Rot's creation. That's the timeline. And so if Saint was created as the triple affirmative, and they were the one who like ascended Sliver of Straw, and that's causing them to die after, like, you know, if that's the theory that you want to go with. I mean, at like the earliest possible time for Saint to be created is like right before Sliver of Straw died, right? So that means that Saint would have to be alive for like as long as all the other Slugcats have been, you know, all the other Slugcats that we play as. Maybe because of the cycle, Saint is essentially immortal. Even if they die of like old age, they just come back anyway. Although all the other Slugcats just seem to have disappeared. Maybe they just left somewhere else. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell exactly what happens to the other Slugcats. Like, it doesn't really make sense how Saint would be able to stay alive for so long. They keep creating all these damn Slugcats. I don't know. They're useful, I guess. I mean, only like a few of them were definitely created by iterators, as in like Hunter and Spearmaster. Arguably Saint and Rivulet too. Rivulet is much more likely. Although Saint is also, I feel like, very likely, but there just isn't really any explanation for Saint at all. Like, it's hard to imagine a Slugcat just like ending up as Saint by like random chance. But it's also like, you know, there's no evidence for Iterator being involved at all. I guess the idea, if Sliver Straw created Saint, is that they kind of just wandered around from Iterator to Iterator, slowly ascending them one by one, until they finally got to Pebbles. But it seems that Saint is very much trapped in the cycle now, right? Like, Saint will always like wake up, ascend, or try to like visit the Echoes, because they don't start with the ability. They have to go visit all the Echoes to get their karma up, and then they go ascend Pebbles and Moon, and then they go to the depths, and then they wake up again. That's the cycle that Saint is stuck in. So like, did they just ascend other iterators and not get stuck in a cycle? Is it going to the depths that gets them stuck in a cycle? Moon in advance. Well, you're right on time. Yeah, I just read that message from earlier, but the iterators not being able to communicate at all definitely makes it more plausible. Although, if Saint had ascended any, like around Spearmaster's time, you know, when Spearmaster was around, when we played as them in the campaign, the communication definitely does work. Like, we literally hear communications between No Steam Harassment and Seven Red Sun. Like, we hear those conversations. We also hear about the rumors from other iterators that are much further away. So communication towers definitely work for Spearmasters. So if Saint was created before then, it's unlikely that they ascended any iterators until the communication network side, because then they would very much be aware of it. Like, hey, did you know about this other iterator who just like suddenly died out of nowhere? They would notice that. Although maybe that all happened and we just didn't hear about it. If Pebbles and Moon just didn't know, because they would be the only reasons we would hear about it at all. Although I guess Pebbles did like shut out all communications with them, and then Moon was kind of just unable to communicate at all. So, you know, I guess we wouldn't hear it. That's lovely. can't wait to die to centipedes. You know, I'm gonna carry these around, because they can actually help out a lot. That was a little close. Okay, that's far enough away for me to be safe. Don't see a dropper. The saint only ascended Sliver of Straw and then just dipped. Oh, that's a centipede. Okay. Yeah, we also don't really know how far away a Sliver of Straw is. So maybe you take too long for that message to get out. And I think that around Spearmaster's time, communication is getting less consistent. So some iterators are experimenting with slugcats as an alternate method of communication. I don't know why slugcats specifically, and not like vultures, like a modified version of a vulture. Because they seem like the most obvious option, but you know, I guess they can't like go inside of an iterator structure. They're too big, so they can't actually like get all the way to the end. They'd only be able to get to like the iterator structure, but not actually the iterator puppet. Mini vultures. Okay, where's the mod? You get to play as a small vulture. Oh boy. Wow, good aim. Goodness. Yeah, let me just shoot the ceiling. Oh boy. Oh, thank you. Red centipede alerts. Okay, I'm gonna need to pay attention to the game. Yeah, I like that Cyan Lizard leaving. Maybe I should have been paying attention to the game the whole time. That would help. Oh gosh, I love jumping on slopes. I don't. Is there a mod that replaces the Saints Ascension with like duck hunt effects? The same like sound effects and like the screen flash. I'm gonna recharge all the way here. You need as much as you can get for this next room. No red lizards yet, so they're all waiting for me. Oh, was that it? Right? No, that was a... Luckily they're too busy fighting each other. Goodness, that was horrible. Okay, this is even worse somehow. But I'm fast. Just Miros birds, and vultures, and orange lizards. I'll take my time. Yeah, just wait out right there, why don't you? I don't see them yet. I see them now. I see all of them, every single one. Okay, well, this will take forever. There's another left, too. What a weird run. What a strange run. Why am I here? How'd I get this far? Huh. I don't know how to feel about that. It'd actually be kind of nice to have splits here, so I can know if that run was actually good. I don't know. So I think this is world record. It is by about a minute. Actually, almost exactly a minute. 2 seconds faster, or a minute and 2 seconds faster. But it was a really bad run, sort of. There were like a lot of weird mistakes. I guess I'll do more runs. It's only been an hour. This was literally the first attempt. Yeah, let's keep going. I hope I can improve that, because that'd be kind of disappointing. There was a death in this run too. A death in Filtration. There's so many ways to improve that. I guess it was just decent enough.